Thank you so much for joining me for yet another live. I told you, as long as I have time, I will be consistent. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get right on into it. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Everybody sing, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. Hey guys, how are we doing? How are we doing? We have a premiere that we're going to talk about tonight, or this afternoon for me. Vanderpump Rules. We're also going to talk about Drag Race, which I am loving. And then we're going to get into Love with the Lockup. This Friday, it's a season finale. If I could be more consistent with the next season, I absolutely will be. It's just Fridays are now hard for me because of how my YouTube TV is set up. I'm trying to find another service. If you can recommend anything that's better and cheaper, let your girl know. But, you know, YouTube doesn't premiere the shows when they're supposed to, so I'm catching everything late. But as long as I can get the shows early or on time, I will be here the next day. So what I'm going to do for about 10 or so minutes is to get into the comments, say hi to everybody, and then we will get into the review. Let's go. Hey, Vicky, how are you? Hey, sup, people. Hey, Nisha. Nisha, I feel like you've been on every live. That's so cool. Thank you so much for being here. Nisha said, made it to another live. Sick in bed. I'm so sorry. I hope everyone is having a good week so far. Fingers crossed I get my new job working from home. Amen. Amen. Fingers crossed, prayers up. Hallelujah. Yay, Nikki and the rest of the Star Fam community. Thank you for being here. Hey, Alex. Alex said, hi, 3 back-to-back of lives. I'm here for it. Amen. Listen, as long as I can be here, I'm going to be here. Thank you for being here. Hey, Black Lavender. Black Lavender said, please like, comment, share, comment, and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, Black Lavender. Hey, So-So Steph. Hey, Sarah. Hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam. We have been fed. Oh, I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. I'm glad to be here. E for Empathy said, hey, everybody. Hey, Nikki, I'm excited to get into Vanderpump Rules. Me too. I thought it was a good premiere episode. Definitely set the tone for the season. Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. Spency said, hey, Nikki and Star fam. Nikki is spoiling us with these lives. Guys, thank you so much. Hey, Busola, how are you? Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Rocky, what's up? Hey, lovely Lala said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam, in my office watching you instead of working. I know that's right. Hey, Blue Jay. Blue Jay said, hello, Nikki. I just want to say you look gorgeous in your headshot. Stunning. Thank you. Hey, Daphne. How are you? Hey, LS. LS says, I usually search YouTube for all of my Love with the Lockup episodes. Oh, cool. I wish that they would put the Prison Wives episodes on there because I've been having a really hard time watching it on Lifetime. Like Lifetime locks the episodes online. And so because I got to the show late, I think the first 2 are locked. And the third one, it's like previewing. So I don't know. I want to try to find another way to watch it, but we will see. Yasmin says, Sling TV is what I use since turning off cable. I like it, and it's never been late. I'll look into it because my family and I hate YouTube TV. I want to go back to cable. I can't believe I'm saying that. Stephanie said, definitely enjoying the lives. Much needed fun. I know that's right. We're having a good time. Hey, Eva. Hey, Yolande. Okay, Sling TV. Let me check it out. What's the price point for that? No way it costs $40 a month. Really? Let me check into these channels. I'm telling you guys, if it's a good deal, I may have this week. I may get Sling TV this weekend. Jen, what's up? Says, hey, Nikki, hey, everyone. So happy to catch you live finally after a long time, only on the replay gang. Oh, I know that I have like a lot of replay gang people. Listen, there's nothing like a live, but thank you so much for catching me on the replay. Jennifer said, my favorite people in place. Hey, Nikki and Star fam. Hey, Jennifer. LS said, oh yeah, Sling is good. They don't have OWN though. That is a problem because of Ready to Love. I mean, I could watch Ready to Love online. That's not a big deal. Hey, Shed Pearl, how are you? Audrey O, what's up? Said Nikki, always be looking good, so beautiful today. Thank you for doing it at 12 p.m. Oh, this is 12 p.m. for you? Amen. Amen. This is 3 for me. I wanted to do earlier, but I can't do earlier today. I can do my live earlier tomorrow. So I'm going to do Beverly Hills and Miami tomorrow at 12 because I have a freer morning. Black Lavender said super champ. Oh, from Busola. Thank you so much, Busola, for the super sticker. Thank you. LS said, oh yeah, Sling is good. Oh, I got that one. Oh, they have DVR. I like that. I mean, YouTube TV has that as well, but they don't be having no channels and they're hella expensive. Shed said, that's how I used to watch Housewives on Sling TV. Okay. I'm going to check out to see if they have all the networks and stuff of the shows that I watch and see if it's worth it. Thank you all so much. Jade said, them Ready to Love clips floating around are so bad. Those men are trash. Not a good batch at all. Not a good batch at all. I feel for those women. Oh, I can add OWN to Sling. Does Sling have Lifetime as well? Because that's another reason why I haven't been able to watch Married at First Sight. If I don't catch it online, I can't watch it. Eltavina said, hey, everyone, Nikki, if you like Traders US, you will love Traders UK. Everybody's saying that. They said I would like Traders UK and Traders Australia, especially season 1, Chef's Kiss. Them roundtables were heated. The faithfuls were so wrong, but so funny with their convictions. Okay, I'll check it out. I got a free weekend. Deborah said, try Philo. I like it more than Sling. Let me bring that up right here. Okay, I'm going to research both tonight and make a decision because I am so sick of YouTube. Audrey said, no, it's 12 a.m. midnight. Okay, I thought it was 12 for you, but 3 or earlier is very, oh, perfect, Audrey. That's great. That's great. Just depending on how my day goes, I'll either have lives earlier or later. So I'm good that this works for you. You're welcome, my dear. Busola said, hey, Nikki, do you still watch 90 Day Fiancé? I absolutely do. I just had to catch up this week because there was just, I didn't realize I had missed so many episodes, but I still watch it and I'll start reviewing it again on Monday. 90 Day Fiancé is a mess. Like, I'm not doing the single life, but I'm just like, at what point are we going to just admit that this is sex tourism? Like, at what point are we going to admit that this is a bunch of passport bros and passport hoes taking advantage of people from third world countries? When are we going to admit that? Because these couples, woo child. Eltavina said, Nikki, off topic, but where are you thinking of traveling next? London is on the list this year. That's why I was just like my UK subscribers. So I plan on going to London later in the year. And my sister was like, you should do a meetup. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I have like a lot of UK subscribers to do a meetup. And I don't want it to like, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But London is absolutely happening this year. Y'all know that I always do a Palm Springs and a Sonoma trip. That's happening. I might be doing Antigua or St. Kitts. We will see. And that's pretty much it. Like the rest of my travels are going to be in the US just because I don't know, like I'm going out more for stuff now that the industry is back. So my travel schedule is like really not that open until the holiday season, which is like when I do like a lot of my travel because that's when like my industry normally shuts down. But like, who knows? But whenever I get like a few days, I'm traveling. So, but I'm going to do a lot of the US. I think I may do 3 international trips. Maybe, like I said before, maybe Antigua or St. Kitts, absolutely London. And there was one more place. I love me some Mexico, but I think I'm going to do Mexico next year. I love me some Mexico, but it's right there. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we're going to do some traveling this year. Not too much because I'm still recovering from the strike. Still recovering from the strike. So we will see. Hey, Shorty, how are you? Thank you for being here. Hey, Multi said, yes, please come and definitely do a meetup. All right. I like, how many of us are there? Because we may just do a coffee shop. A nice little, could we maybe do a meetup? If it's like a handful of us, I think it would be nice to do like a lunch at Sketch London. What do you guys think? From the pictures, that's absolutely on the list to go to. Eltavina said, please come to London. I will bring my whole family. I don't care. I'm sure you have lots of subscribers here. Oh, thank you. Jennifer said, OMG, yes, I just finished binge watching Traders UK this past weekend. I love how the people on the show are not anyone we know from reality TV. Previously so good. Okay, I want to check it out. Hey, ToyaStar, what are you doing here? You have a busy day. Hey, ToyaStar. Audrielle said, let me know if you're ever coming to Denmark. Oh, I'll add that to the list. That's later now. Mom, let me recover from the strike. Maybe that'll be 2025. NTR said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam. I've been meaning to go to the UK, so let me know well ahead of time. I will. That's our timer, but I think I have a few more. Yeah, I just got a couple more, so I'll get them. Ephraim Busy said, come on, Nikki, see the world. I want to visit my husband's family in Ireland. I wish I could go to Ireland this year. This summer, his parents are immigrants. I love Irish people. Specifically how they stand on business, but I really love Ireland and Scotland. I would love to go see those places, but I just don't think that I'll be able to do it this year. Toya Stroman said, yes, we are doing meetups this year. She's the one who's just like, you should do a meetup when we go to London. London, we are looking forward to meeting you all. Where should we meet up in the States? Oh, you want to do one in the States too? If we do a meetup in the States, it got to be Philly. Hey, Pink Petals. Tiffany said, if you make stops on the way to Sonoma, I have a few spots in the Bay to recommend food-wise. Tiffany, please email me. My email is in my description box. Please email me those spots. I'm absolutely going to Sonoma. It's right there. Sonoma and Palm Springs. I do multiple trips to those places a year. Oh, I also want to check out, it just left me, Sonoma, Palm Springs, and it's one more place that's really close to LA that I want to go. You'll love it. Spency, I love Mexico. Like, everybody talks about where they would move, like when you finally flee the US. Mexico, that's like number one for me. I always say Ghana, but I've never been to Ghana. I'm like looking at Ghana through like YouTube and Instagram, but I feel like, well, I know a few, not enough, but I know a few African Americans who have moved there and they enjoy it. And I just also hear about a lot of African American stories online, and they really love it, but I've just never been there. But Mexico, I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could live in Mexico. Every time I go, it's the best time ever. Business. I love them. Blue Jay said, what are your 2020? Oh my God, we're supposed to do a vision board party. It's still time. We still can do it. Blue Jay said, what are your 2024 goals, plans, and aspirations? Starlights. For me, I want to, and I will. I want to be a series regular on a sitcom. I was on Adam Ruins Everything for a while as a series regular. And as soon as I became a series regular, the show ended. And I was just like, so I didn't really get to enjoy it like I wanted to enjoy it. So I really want to like be a series regular, at least until my show gets like to 100 episodes. Then I can move on or stay, whatever the Lord has for me. But I would really love to be a series regular on a sitcom or a multicam comedy. I really want to do comedy. I feel like drama it just takes a lot out of you. And after the last few years we've had, I just want to laugh and I want to make people laugh. That's one goal for this year. Another goal is to just get healthy. This is like my first year, or this is the second year that I have been like taking like a lot of medication for like issues that I'm having. Don't worry, I'll talk about them later when I'm done. And I just don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to live my life like that. So I just want to get to a healthy place where all I have to take is vitamins. Vitamins and collagen. That's like it. I want to get healthy. I've never been on medication before, and it's like it messes with your mind. So I want to get healthy to the point where I just don't need any help. I just need the sun and a good diet and vitamins. So that's my second goal for this year. And my third goal is to get my hair back. My hair has been going through it because I've just been really, really stressed out from, it went from COVID. Then we had like a little time of getting back from COVID, and then the strike. So my life has been in disarray for a minute. So, and my hair has been a victim of that. So you can't see it right now because it's like curly, but I've lost a lot of hair. And I just want to get my bundles back, my inches. I miss them. So those are my three goals. I'm going to give myself 3 just because I'm a Sagittarius. And if I make like a lot of goals and I can't achieve them, I'll be bummed out by the end of the year. So those 3, that's a lot of work, but I believe it can happen. I believe it can be done. So those are my 3 goals. I have more, but those are the ones I'm going to stick to for right now. Stick to sharing in case you guys want to follow up. So that's what I have. What are yours, Starlights? Spency said the folks in Ireland have been standing on business. I got that one. Hey, XOXO Mimi, what's up? Atlanta would be good too. I know I got a bunch of subscribers in Atlanta. That would be good. Philly or Atlanta or even LA. Philly, Atlanta, and LA are the 3 destinations. I might maybe just put a poll out there and see what you guys think. Another goal is to get to 20K. I feel like I can do that fairly early. If I just stay consistent, we'll see. But I feel like once I get to 20K, put out a poll, see what everybody wants to do, and then go from there. That's our spot. Me and my sister, whenever life gets a little tough, you want to go to Palm Springs, you want to go to Sonoma. Ojai is another place that I want to go. Thank you, Tiffany. Please email me. Audrey said, if you had to choose a YouTuber to collab with, if you had to choose I think you'd be a YouTuber to collab with, who would you recap with? I love Just Call Me Why. And my really good friend Miata, she does the on Netflix, that black show, Lady Dondenberry, whatever that show is. She does those reviews, but she's been booked and busy acting, so she has not had any time. So she was just on The Boys, the teenage years, the college years, that one. I forget what it's called, but it's the spinoff of The Boys. She played the mom on that show. So she's just been booked and busy. She hasn't had time, but if she ever has time, I would love to collab with her. I'm so jealous. I love Mexico. Hey, Empress, how are you? Thank you for being here. Spency said, I want to go to Ghana so bad. Me too. Everybody just, the African Americans are loving it. Last time I went to Mexico, it was so much fun. Mexico is my place. I will always go. Yes, I know that's right. Yes, so Steph, we are planting that seed and we will see the harvest from it. Hey, Baka, how are you? Baka, you're normally here for Housewives. Thank you for being here for Pump Rules. I think that's why you're here. You're normally here for all the Bravo shows and we keep it in buck. Yeah, we're still going to do it. I just forgot about it. I'm telling you, I'm the brokest person who needs an assistant. It's crazy. Audrey said, yes, Ghana, New Year. And just remember to get a private driver. See, this is the thing. I don't think I'll ever go to Dirty December because I think the timing of it is like right after Christmas and like New Year's. And like for me, like the way my family is set up, we are in church. I'm bringing in the new year in the house of the Lord. I can't be in no club, no bar, no party. For me in my house, I got to be in church. Maybe I'll be in a church in Ghana and then go to the club after. Who knows? Ella says, I'm taking my teenagers to Mexico this summer. Which city is the best? I love Puerto Vallarta. I felt really safe there as a woman, as a Black woman. It's a boys' town, though. Just to let you know, it's a boys' town. How you doing, boys' town? So if that, I don't know if it's family oriented because it's a boys' town. And I went with the boys, and I had a great time. I would recommend Puerto Vallarta. I heard that Tulum is just very like relaxing and chill, so I don't know if kids will have too much fun there. But everybody that I know that goes to Mexico as a family goes to Cancun. I heard it's a lot of military though over there, so I don't know. But from my experience, Puerto Vallarta is the best. Is the best. I absolutely love Cabo, but I stayed at a resort. Puerto Vallarta, I stayed at an Airbnb, and I just had a great time. JG said, long as y'all not trying to send Nikki to Chef Smelly or Everett Jones, I think we'll be all right. Oh, God. Listen, I am no Keith Lee. I'm bougie. So send me to the bougie stuff. I don't need to go, like, unless the food is really, really good, you can send me to the local, but the only hood I go to is mine. I'm bougie. Send me to the tourist stuff. The tourist stuff. Eltavita said, Nikki, I would love to see you at the series. Oh, me too. Me too. My agent is trying so hard to get me on that show. You're one of the best actresses to come out of Philly. Philly, stand up. Thank you. Well, me and Quinta. Who's another actor? Will Smith. Oh, Divine. Divine is a Philadelphia native, and she went to Temple. So the sisters is acting. The sisters is acting. Please, so I can get some residuals. Netflix. I don't know what the hell SAG did. I still ain't got my money. Ciao. Pink Petal said, I went to Cabo last year. It was hot as hell, but beautiful. Yeah, it was very hot. It was very, very hot. Oh, thank you. From your lips to God's ears. My friend writes on that show. I'm like, dude, put me on. But he a new writer, so you're not trying to rock the boat. But I'm like, come on, help a sister out. Yeah, I would love Abbott. I would absolutely love Abbott, but I would really like to start in a new show where I can like build from there. Um, you know, and build as a series regular there. Like going into an established show sometimes it'd be real high school, and I don't feel like that because I fight, and the Lord is working on me, but still, the hands do the talking before the mouth. So I don't want to go into an environment like that. And I'm not saying like that's about Abbott, but I just feel like a lot of shows that are already established kind of already have a unit, and they don't really like to let people in when you come in as a series regular. So I would like to start with the show. Adam Ruins Everything was a great experience, but that's not the norm. Amen. We're reclaiming it. It's happening. We're speaking it, and we're putting power to it. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yes. Y'all better prophesy. I love it. Thank you so much, Busola. Thank you. Okay. So we're thinking right now, ATL, Philly, or LA. I don't do Florida. It's too much going on right now. I think that Orange Demon may be president. I'm staying out of red states. I don't know how I'm a navigate in Atlanta if that man win. Eva said, you are beautiful, Nikki. I want to get healthier too. And you will. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We are planting that seed, and we will see the harvest. I've been hitting the gym and drinking my water. See? I have not had soda. Oh, the only sodas I've had is the Simple Truth probiotic sodas. And when I tell you, those sodas are no joke. I have one at the end of the night. It's not a game. It's not a game. Busola said, my friend and I have weekly chats to discuss our 2024 goals. I do the same with my sisters and my whole family, and to keep encouraged and motivated. I love that. I love that. Blue Jay said, I especially want to hear people, big or small, travels plans. It's a nice inspiration. It really is. Audrey L said, would you bring guests to a live show? If so, who? I would love to bring my friend Lacey. She has her own podcast. She has a podcast, A Scam Goddess. You guys know about that. I would love to have her on. That would be great because she's done this before. You know what I mean? And she's just a good time. She's a great performer. My friend Miata as well. Who else would I bring on? Where does Rodney DeVoice live? Is he in Texas? Either Rodney DeVoice or Kempire. But I think that's pretty much it. But I'll probably do that when I get a bit more established. Right now, it's just me, honey. It's just me. Y'all, and you will have to deal. Yes, Bridgerton. Bridgerton is what I was talking about. Mm. Jen V, she ate it up. She ate it up. And I felt so bad for her because of the strike. She couldn't talk about it. And she was like, this is like my first like big role, and I can't say anything. Oh, I was about to tell you something that I was not supposed to say. But I will say, everybody who dies on Gen V doesn't necessarily die. We'll see. Monty said, if y'all ever go to Ghana, let me know. I'll be glad to. Oh, yay! Yay! Ghana's gonna happen. I don't know when though. I don't know when. I don't know. I really don't know much about it. I thought when I started to hear about it, they were calling it the year of return, when like Ghana was welcoming all the stolen Africans back. That's when I heard about it. Then it turned into Dirty December. So all I know is that my African American friends that go have a great time. Blue just said, girl, me and my house, we've been praying through to the New Year's. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Malty said also the 31st, also 31st to the first night in church in Ghana is lit. And this is coming from a Ghanaian Muslim. Oh, that might be something fun to do. That might be something fun to do. That's what I heard. And I love Tulum or Tulum from the pictures. You know, a lot of the YouTube vloggers that I watch go there all the time and have a great time. But I heard them police ain't no joke. Oh, you haven't watched Vanderpump Rules? This season's about to be crazy. Vaka also said, I want to check out Adam Ruins Everything too. Thank you. I did check out one episode you were in before, but then I couldn't find the show again. I believe it was on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Spency said, I would come to Philly from New York City and I can give Bay recommendations too. We are planting the seed for Nikki and everyone in the Star family. I know that's right. Yes, I told y'all about Lacey. Yes, that's my boo. I've been trying to get her to come on here, but she's been busy. Our schedules just don't work. But we're probably going to do something this year. Really? Are they good? Let me know. Because I'm about to check out the Pilates studio in my hood. Because when I was snatched, I was doing Pilates. CrossFit messed me up. But when I was in my Pilates bag, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't Naomi Campbell. Audrey said, if you were to interview Rachel Lindsay, what would you ask? I think my first question would be, girl, you knew it wasn't him. You knew he wasn't the one. And then the interview will probably be over. Oh, he's in Tejas. Yeah, I would love to have Rodney. I think that Rodney works. I think he would do great crowd work. Great crowd work. Kim Pryor is a phenomenal host. Lacey, amazing. And Miata, she's just that girl. Blue Jay said, it's weird. I heard something called ominous positivity in a phrase that stuck out to me. You're going to succeed. You have no choice. Yes, one thing that I've been saying a lot, because again, I'm a Sagittarius, I just overthink everything. I overthink everything. And sometimes I will talk myself out of stuff. But now I've gotten to the point where even if I feel like something is just like, if I get overwhelmed with something, and instead of like just not doing it, I say to myself, it'll work out. It always works out. And that helps me. That helps me because I will think about everything. And that one statement just not shuts my mind down, but just gives me peace. And I can go forward. It will work out. It always works out. There you go. Yeah, I think that would be a good time. JG said we will all be healthy and growing closer to our greatness, Star fam. Amen. I can't wait to get back into my step machine days. I can't wait to get that back. Guys, I used to be on a step machine for an hour. I don't think I'll ever be that crazy again. And I also think that was just me being 23. Girl. But yeah, you will get results on that step machine. Vicky DC said, pray for my health too, y'all. It's been hard out here. Absolutely. Let's keep Vicky DC in her health and our prayer, Star fam. Don't make me call. Portia. It's about time. It's about time to get into this live. The first show we're going to start off with is Vanderpump Rules, because why not? So we are back for the premiere episode of Vanderpump Rules. This is season 11. Now we are dealing with the fallout after Tom and Ariana, after Scandal. Everybody's pretty much so back. We haven't seen Sandoval yet. He's absolutely going to be on this season. I feel like they're teasing that Rachel may come back, and I don't know if we'll see her at the reunion, but I feel like we're going to see her later in the season. And I'm also starting to see that like relationships are going to change drastically on this show. So Ariana, we start with her. She is going to be the star of this season. And I think at towards the middle of the season, the rest of the cast is going to have a problem with that. But for I think at least for the next 3 seasons, until somebody messier or younger comes along, this is going to be Ariana's show. And you know what? I'm kind of here for it, because she was pretty much like a day player on this show. And I think she's okay with that, right? She never wanted to be on the show, but because she was friends with everybody, she had to film. So like she's okay with like not being the star, but now I think she's going to lean into being the star, and she's going to eat it up. So I feel like for at least the next 3 seasons, this is going to be her show. And you know what? Why not? Why not? The fall of her relationship was holding this show down. So get your coins, mama. Get your coins. So Ariana's being petty in this house situation with Tom, in my opinion, right? Because she doesn't want to move out, because if she moves out, that means she vacates the property, and then that property becomes Tom. So it's going to be, if she moves out, it's just going to be a lot harder for her to be able to access it again. And then it's pretty much going to be on Tom's head to do what he needs to do with the place, right? So she doesn't want to let him live in it until he feels like selling it, right? Because Tom wants to stay. Ariana does not want to stay, but she doesn't want Tom to stay in the home. So she's saying, making it miserable and uncomfortable for him, as she should, right? He blew up your life, blow up his, right? So she's staying in the home, making it uncomfortable for him. However, he's offered to buy her out, and she refuses. And this is what I just want to say about that. Girl, the relationship is over, right? I feel like you pretty much got the best get back that any woman scorned could ever want to get. You won. Let him buy you out. If he ever decides to sell this home, he's not going to get back what either of you put into it. Why? The market is crashing, and it's going to take years for it to recover. So unless he, grows old in that home, he's not going to sell it anytime soon, because it will not make sense for him to sell, because the market will not be in his favor. Y'all need to sell it now to get what you can get out of it, because it won't be like that for a very long time, right? But she is, she just wants to make him feel terrible, right? So she doesn't want to relinquish the home to him. But I'm like, girl, what he's going to offer you and what you're going to get is going to be more than what he gets when he finally decides to sell the home. Leave that home, take the money that he gives you, and flourish with your new man. Don't stay in that home and be miserable and looking at that man, fighting with that man, memories coming back up and all of that stuff. Because next thing what'll probably happen is you'll probably slip back in the bed with that man, regret everything. Listen, I know you're just like, oh no, I would never do. You never know. Especially with a little liquor and a little late night walk to the bathroom. You never know. You never know. Plenty of people watching me right now and commenting are results. I mean, my business. But some of our parents have spent the block, and because they, they came back around, we're here. So just be careful. Just be careful. I would let that home go and be free. I listen. I'm not on his side. right? I do think that he had a midlife crisis. I really, really do. I think that he was looking at 40. Although Sandoval, I feel like you've been 40 for a minute, but let me mind my business. I feel like he was looking at 40 and he just went a little cuckoo. He just went a little cuckoo because if you look at what he's doing now, he's performing with that band. He is the only one in that band who thinks that they're actually good. Like he thinks that he is singing down. He thinks that he has fans, but it's everybody just, laughing at you. It's like he is the emperor, right? The butt naked emperor. That's him. That's it. Like he doesn't get that people are laughing at him, not with him. I think that something happened with that. I really, really do. I think that he was looking over his life and being like, I want other things. I don't want this life. And I think he kind of spiraled. Was he irresponsible? Absolutely. But I think he absolutely did have a midlife crisis and was just very sloppy with how he handled it. He got another woman instead of just getting a car. You know what I mean? Normally, men get a car or dye their hair blonde. Like Tom. Tom's dyeing his hair blonde. That's a normal midlife crisis thing. You dye your hair blonde or you shave off your hair or your eyebrows, right? That's a normal midlife crisis. Cheating with your mutual friend, diabolical. Diabolical. Let's get into Lala. I have to let the fact that I thought that Lala was going to be that girl go. I really, really do. Because I remember when she came on the show, I was like, oh, she gonna run it. She gonna run it. And I can't believe that she had the opportunity to be the face of this show and instead settled on being Randall's mistress. You let Randall take hold and direct your life. This is why I say that women, you just have to have your own money before you go into a relationship. Or before you become a mistress. You need to have your own money so you can make better decisions. I think if Lala could actually afford to pay her rent in LA, she would not have looked at Randall. She would not. She would not have looked at Randall. But because she made that decision, she's stuck, right? She's stuck in this place where she has to come to terms with that she was a willing mistress. And now she has a child with a man who did to her what she and him did to his first wife. So I think that she's just dealing with a lot of guilt, a lot of embarrassment because now Randall is not the Hollywood giant that he was he a giant, but he has some pull. He's not that guy anymore. The money isn't flowing like it was. And I think that she's looking at her life and being like, I did all this for what? I still don't have anything that I wanted, right? Because here she is, a single mom, an older woman, right? Who is a single mother, and she's in like a 2-bedroom apartment in LA. That is not what she thought she was going to get when she got with that man. And it's really hard to feel bad for the mistress, but I do feel bad for her because I do not for 1 second believe that she wanted this life, that this was the outcome she thought she was going to get when she was riding around in Randall's Range Rover. Unfortunate. Get your own coins, ladies. The almighty dollar will mislead you every time. Speaking of Tom. Speaking of Tom, the Toms, I have not been back to Schwartz and Sandy's since this whole mess. And y'all know that Schwartz and Sandy's was my spot. But I have not been back. I have not been back because I think Tom should have never let us watch him go through this scandal while still trying to be a part of Schwartz and Sandy's. It just put a sour taste in my mouth, right? Because I'm just like, if this is how you mishandle your body and your relationships, I don't trust you with the cheese balls you're serving me. You're not thinking clear. So if you're making missteps in your own personal life, I know you're making missteps at that restaurant. Now that may not be true, but for me, that's what I'm thinking. And I haven't been back, and that was my spot. I'm so upset. I'm so upset at Sandoval. He ruins a good thing for me. Because if you blow your life up, you're not blowing up my mill. So James, he's off the liquor and he's on the weed. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Here is why. He seems really chill, really normal. When James was on that liquor, he was just a mess, crying, fighting, falling out, and not remembering anything the next day. A mess. Him on the weed, I will take it. Ariana, she has a new man, Dan, handsome Asian king. Good for her. See, white woman, this is how you do it, right? When you break up with your raggedy Caucasian man, you get under something fine and ethnic. And that's what she did. You go, girl. You go, girl. However, I wouldn't have jumped into a relationship, but that's me. I just feel like you just got out of a 10-year relationship with a guy and you just went into another relationship with a man and you're trying to get him to move in with you. That's too much, mama. No shade, but I feel like this is your time to have a whole season. Like, right? Like, wouldn't this be like a whole season time? This is your eat, pray, love. This is your eat, pray, love. Have fun. I don't feel like you should be in a relationship, but to each his own. To each its own. Let's get back to Lala. Because she sat down with Lisa. And once again, she is trying to pass off this. I was 25. I did not know that I was a mistress. But now when I look back, I realize that I was. This is the thing. The sympathy that you want from the audience, you're not going to get. And the reason why you're not going to get that is because of the words of your mouth, right? You bragged about being a mistress on the show. Whether it was tongue in cheek or whatever, that is sealed in the history of the show. You thought it was cute. You were very honest about the fact that that Randall was a trick, right? You were very honest about the fact that you performed sexual favors on him so that you can get purses and Range Rovers and your rent paid. So you talked about that a lot, and that could just have been youth, right? Your brain was only fully developed for a year when you met him, so of course you're going to make some mistakes. But I feel like the sympathy that you want to have, it's just not going to be there because of how this relationship came to be and how you initially acted until it no longer benefited you, right? So now that you are the one that's being cheated on, right? Now that Randall is tricking you, now it's I'm a victim and I didn't know. I think you need to just let that go. I really think you need to let that go. And I honestly feel like if you're just like, you know what? LA is expensive. And I was having a really hard time. And this guy was, spending all this money on me. And all I had to do was to perform sexual favors. And he would take care of me better than I've ever been taken care of in my entire life. And when you're young and broke, you make certain decisions, right? Not everybody makes those decisions, but I made that decision and that did not work out for me. And it was a dumb decision and I should not have done it. I could not afford my rent, so I got under something tender-eyed and rich. It's LA. Everybody does it. Not me though. I need to, child. But, it's like the culture out here will forgive you. But the culture out here is not going to forgive you if you try to play in everybody's face and act as if you are a victim of Randall. You weren't. You weren't. And I'm not going to say that's okay, but I am going to say it'll be a lot better for you if you're just honest about what the situation is. She also wants to reconcile with Raquel. Lala, I feel like this is a producer's telling you to do something really dumb, right? Because out of nowhere, Lala is just like, now that I realize I'm the mistress, all of a sudden I feel bad for Raquel. So I want to reach out to her to make sure that she's okay. I'm like, you called that woman everything but a child of God, and now you want to reconcile with her? And right after she makes this call to Raquel, she meets up with Ariana. She meets up with Ariana, Sheena, and Katie, right? While they're all out to dinner, Lala says to Ariana, well, I feel like me and you are not close, and I don't feel like you really like me. Well, of course she don't like you. Look at what you're doing, right? Because like right after, Ariana says, oh, I do like you. Ariana, you don't like that girl. Everybody can see it. It's okay, right? Just be cordial, but it's very obvious for some reason. It's something about her. You don't take tea with her, and that's okay. So right after right after Lala says this to Ariana, she then says, well, I want to be honest with you, since we had a moment, I did contact Raquel because I feel bad for her. This is why she don't like you, and this is why she don't rock with you. Because why even involve yourself with someone who was a part of the worst part of her life? After she's already telling people, if you are wrapped up in relationships with them, I don't want a relationship with you. No hard feelings, but I want to be removed from all of that. Stick a pin in that. Ariana, if you want to be removed from Tom and Raquel, move out of that home. Get free. Get free, because I feel like you're trying to get your man to move into their home with you to make Tom uncomfortable, and that's just petty, right? Get healed, get free, and get out of that home. But like Lala is just not making smart decisions on this show right now, and I feel like it's a producer move, and I don't think that when it doesn't work in her favor, when she becomes the villain on this season, I don't think that calling out production at the end of the season is going to work for you, because at this point Ariana is, the Beyonce of the show. So you really can't go against her and be okay. So I am interested to see how this is going to play out, but I feel like by the end of the season, when Lala is the villain, she's absolutely going to blame this on production. And she's right, because I don't feel like this is a move that she would make, especially how she just engulfed herself in this whole scandal, right? I just do not think that she would be the one to become friends so easily or want to reconcile with Raquel. It's giving me the producers need a reason to bring Raquel on the show, and they went after Lala, who took the bait. Grown woman, though. Grown woman. Can't blame production if you do it. Even if it's slick, you still did it. Ariana also said this about Lala. When Lala told her that she reached out to Raquel, Ariana was just like, if I did the same thing that Lala did, she would not want anything to do with me. And then the show, Lala's going to be the villain this season, y'all. And then the show cuts to Lala saying, if you talk to Randall, then don't talk to me. I don't want anybody in my life associating with him. So they're giving Ariana a point against Lala in the edits. Child, this is going to get nasty. Sheena, you have spent every season apologizing to everybody. I think you need to stop apologizing and just be you. Just be yourself. Like, it is what it is. Everybody on that show is awful. Everybody. And they don't apologize. So why should you? Own your awfulness. Own your awfulness. Tom and Katie being friends this season makes so much sense. Make so much sense. Here is why. That's all they should have been. These two should have never been in a relationship. They should have never moved in together, and they should have never got married. They were always friends, and that's where it should have stayed. Now that it went through all of that drama to realize that a friendship is all that this relationship could be and all it should have ever been. Good for them. Good that these two are in a place where they are mature enough, Katie is, to, have a friendship after going through something really, really heartbreaking, such as a divorce. But now Katie is Katie gay? Like, what's going on? Because I saw a scene or something in the trailer where she's now kissing on some girl, and then the girl is kissing on Tom, and she's like, this is the first time I've come in between a couple. I'm like, hold on. And I didn't want to. I don't want to assume anything, but Katie, she's starting to wear like jackets or like blazers with big shoulders. What's going on? Let me know. That's all I have to say about this episode. What do you guys have to say? Also, Katie is me because when Lala looked at Ariana and was just like, I don't think you like me. Katie was like, she piped right up. She got herself a little snack and she said, oh, I'm living for this. I'm living for this. The one time the mess ain't on me, let's go. Let's go. Elsavina said, Lala is an example of people in their 20s. You think it's not going to be you until it's you. And Randall's wife told her. Now Randall's ex-wife and Lala, bosom buddies. Bosom buddies. When everyone's seen it coming a mile away. Yep. Elsavina said, why is Lala still wearing snapbacks in 2024? Is this an American thing? She's black man fishing. Black man fishing. And it's going to work. It's going to work. E for Empathy said, Lala is tripping. As usual, she made so much money off of Scandal, and she's mad at Ariana. Lala has been getting brand deals too, at least 2 commercials that I've seen. Lane storyline. Oh, her and Ariana are going to go at it. They are going to go at it, and it's going to get ugly. Audrey said, so happy Katie and Ariana are teaming up. I hope Katie gets her main season and redemption arc soon. She deserves it. She deserves it. I really think she's just been, I think Katie was a follower for a very long time. And then when she did not have anybody to follow after, she had to stand on her own 2 feet. And now after divorce, you know, finding herself, finding her sexuality, I need her to find her style. Katie, we need you to find your style. You have not found it yet. And you've been on TV for a decade. There's not a stylist in LA, maybe New York, who could pick you up and like help you. You have got to find your style. I don't know why you are leaning into this Rosie O'Donnell fashion. It's not cute. It is not cute. Eltavina said, honestly, looking back, we all thought that Ariana and Tom were doing their best given their house, but this whole home situation is showing us without each other, they are broke, at least for LA. I think Ariana's doing very well. I personally know she's getting deals out the wazoo. Yasmin said he is offering to buy her out below market value. Oh, she shouldn't take the offer. She is suing him to ensure they both sell and share the profits 50-50. Now that's different. If he's trying to give her less than the market value, then absolutely not. Stay in there and make that man miserable. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. Altavina said that band is giving 1 season Glee where there were only 3 people. Actually, even that was better. He is so serious about that band. Tom and the Deftones or something like that. He is very serious about it. And I'm like, I don't think he realizes that everybody's laughing at him. Nobody's laughing with you, brother. Everybody thinks this is a joke. Nobody thinks that you're serious but you. You are the only one. Yasmin said Lala has to take some responsibility for the fact that people don't feel close to her because they don't really know her. She has played a different character every season since she's been on. She never took my advice. I was like, girl, you could run this. You could be the face of this show. Instead, you became Randall's trophy hoe. You know, hoe is a little harsh. I mean, it's facts, but I could have said it different. I could have said it differently. Trophy mistress. Eltavina said, Lala is an example of people. Oh, I got that one. Me said, Lala is upset because all she got was a baby. Okay. See, that's the thing. That's why I want her to abandon that, because I'm just like, you're not going to get sympathy from anybody. It's just not going to happen. Dry them tears. Be honest, own it, and stand in it. And if you just walk in a way of repentance, you'll have a much better experience on this show. You have to stop crying because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Sarah said it's always going to seem like a rebound when people move on super quick after a long-term relationship, especially when it ended ugly. It also seems like a rebound because they're in a relationship. I'm just like, he should have never been a relationship, right? In the trailer, she's trying to get him to move to LA from New York. No, mama. No, no, no. You moving like you 70. Audrey said Lala is such a hypocrite and always wanted to be the main character. Sheena is too much too. Can't believe Ariana called her a real friend. I'm not ready for that relationship to break up. They've been riding with each other for too long, for each other for too long. I'm not ready for them to break up. JG said Lala is envious of the fact that Ariana became a star while she became a wolf resist loser baby mama. Oh, y'all are not letting up on her. I think by the end of it, they will all just be seething with jealousy. Yeah, like I told you guys, in this show, there's really nobody to root for. Ariana has become like the first person out of this show's entire history that people actually like and want to win. Everybody just used to be awful. Yasmin said, I like Lala and truly think she was being manipulated. Randall's ex confirmed that. For her history and words, that's what it is. Make it impossible to believe that, so she's just got to eat it. You explained it perfectly, Yasmin. Carmen said, that step machine will give you that. It will. It will. You will get results. Even Empathy says Sheena can't help but make everything about her. She says she could forgive Rachel's cheating, but not the... What's the TRO? We weren't even talking about you, Sheena. Well, this is probably a kid that he's paying in college credit. Audrey L said Lala changed her story with Randall in her image after the climate. Now she doesn't want to brag about BJ's for PJs. Now she wants to be a victim because that will give her more attention. Remember, she talked about giving him a rim job to get her Range Rover? You volunteered that information. And that's after everybody was telling you that he's married. Eltavina said, I think all of these girls are clinging on to Ariana's bestie, but most of them were, and that's why it's given that they are just doing strategic positioning. Absolutely. None of them would invite Ariana to lunch. Now they all want to sit down and check in on her. Y'all know she's the star. Y'all know she's the Beyonce of this show now. And y'all know that unless y'all want to get some camera time, y'all got to make nice to her. Y'all got to kiss her ring, and y'all hate it because she was never that girl on the show, but now she is. Child. Altavina said, I think all of these girls, I got that one. Audrey said, Lala follows a popular crowd and dumped Ariana for them after A being there. So A just clocked how fake she is. I agree. He is. And manipulate her. He's been doing that their entire relationship. JG said Katie finally gets to be her truth. I'm like, Katie, what is going on? She's sitting at this lunch just butch. I'm like, girl. Even when she was meeting with Tom, she hunching over. I'm like, what's happening? Lord, I'm telling you, women get divorced and go gay. What are these men doing to y'all in these marriages? Y'all get divorced and say, I don't want to see a man ever again. Yasmin says Sheena absolutely owed Katie an apology. Katie apologized to her years ago and hasn't done anything to Sheena since. True. She didn't deserve what Sheena did to her last year. But here's the thing. Sheena's just awful. Sheena's going to do something again. Like, as she's going to continue to do something. So I'm just like, Sheena, just stop apologizing. If I was Sheena, I would be like, well, you know how I am. Like, that's who you are, girl. This is the thing. I don't mind sports. How can you hate him for too long? He's such a goof troop kind of dude. Just big and goofy. Big and goofy. He's is it a Labrador? He's a Labrador. That's who he is. You can't stay mad at him for too long. Like when he was reading the text that Ariana wrote him when she blocked him for saying that Tom deserves a hug, he's laughing. Not like he doesn't care, but I think that's just how he handles conflict. Why be mad at a guy who never gets angry? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Just you can't get mad at him. E for Empathy said, I feel like Katie tolerates Schwartz. I can't say his name any other way thanks to Rachel Raquel. Elsavita said, Nikita Katie's last season was a soft launch because I'm sorry. I think it's the hairstyle. And it's getting shorter and shorter. Oh my God, what is going on? Tracy, the NikkiStar TV General said, hey, Star family, please like the live. That helps the channel grow. We're looking to get to 19 million before the summer gets here. We are planting that seed and we will see its harvest. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. But she was just supposed to be touched by him a couple times, not in a whole relationship. I've been trying to give her fashion advice for years. For years. Katie could eat a look up. Those eyebrows alone, she could eat a look up. She just doesn't do it. She just does not do it. Hey, Miss T, thank you for being here. Carmen said, Lala said that Scandal gave her enough money for her down payment on her house. See? Did I miss something? LOL, I didn't watch. See? Yasmin said, can we discuss Sheena saying she had to go on medication due to Scandal? Like, girl, well, see, this is the thing, Yasmin. I believe that. You remember that scene where she was talking to Tom and she was just broken by what he did? Like, she was shaking and crying talking to him. And she was just like, when none of those people loved me, when none of those people wanted to be my friend, you were my friend. Why would you do that to us? Why would you? Because she realized that she had to, she could not be friends with him any longer if she wanted to remain on this show. She just could not do it. But you know what I think is going to happen? I think they might become friends again because I feel like the both of them are going to be on the out. Elsavina said, Lala is the perfect example of why women, when they become mothers, like, sis just got out. You got a kid. It doesn't make you a better person. Like Jocelyn Hernandez, oh, ciao. And she still got hands. Audrey said, exactly. People were telling her that he was married. She didn't dump him until he had the audacity to be himself towards her. And now she wants to be treated as a victim. She also didn't dump him until, the stories about him being little Harvey Weinstein started to come out. That's when she jumped ship. Girl. Josie said, Tom turned Katie off of men. He must have been awful to be married to. Yes. Did you watch the show? Remember when she was like forcing him to bathe? They had a whole argument and he was like, well, we don't have sex. And she was like, you don't bathe. Straight women are living where? You got it. I want to get a few more and then we're going to get into Love After Lockup. JG said, Tom just looks like a snake in them teeth. Him being a baby on that podcast recently just made it even worse. It's crazy how it's possible to make it worse. Audrey said, we can treat Randall as a manipulator and not treat Lala as a perfect victim. Likes, wants, / calls it. I agree. Miss T said, Ali seems good for James. She does, but she's so young. And it's just like, you're obviously out in LA for a career in entertainment. Focus on that. Focus on that. Please. Don't wrap yourself up in a man. You've already got yourself wrapped up in a whole house. Girl, get out of that situation. Problems never end. Said, I hope Katie finds her person. Chriselle found G Flip after she went through it. Who is G Flip? What kind of name is that? Oh, it's a person. Chriselle is a lesbian too? Oh my God. What are these men doing? Oh, it's bad out here. It's bad out here for the boys. Audrey said, Katie wasted her good years on Tom and doesn't know what to do now. Like, girl, you have money. She should have profited from Scandal. Well, she wasn't thinking about that. I think at this time in her life, Katie thought that she probably would be like have a couple kids in a house with Tom. That's what I thought. That's what I think she thought. You don't go into a marriage thinking it's going to end or end the way it did. It seemed the Audrey, that show was going to bomb. That show was going to bomb. Those people on that show are only interesting if interacting with the people on Vanderpump Rules. They are ensemble cast members, and then you're taking these people who only work well with the cast, not putting them back with that cast because they're problematic, and then putting all these problematic people on their own show. I'd be surprised if it ever makes it to air. OMG. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. We always go to lesbian. You're right. She absolutely could be bisexual. I apologize. It was a haircut and the shoulder pads that threw me off. But you're right. Busola said, my sister was telling me her friend's husband doesn't. What is that? Oh my, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies. Ooh, the minute I got to tell you to bathe, I'm good. That's okay. We are unequally yoked. Let's move on to Love After Lockup, baby. Love After Lockup. Oh my God, we're going to start off. Oh, Brittany and Key Rock weren't on this episode, but I do want to talk about them. I just want to say a few things about Brittany and Key Rock, and then we can move on. Where are my pictures? I thought I loaded them. Oh, here we go. Brittany and Key Rock. I love these kids. I love them. I want them to work. I think they are far too young and have far too much trauma right now to make this relationship work, because they both blow up on each other and they get into these unnecessary arguments, but then they come down and they're loving and happy. And I'm like, this isn't cute when you're young. It's not going to be cuter when you're older, and especially not going to be cuter when you're parents, right? Because Brittany desperately wants to have a child with Key Rock, but it's just like, first of all, it's not going to happen because Key Rock is never going to get off the hormones. And I don't think that Key Rock is going to allow Brittany to use a donor. So what are we doing here? Adoption. Adoption may be the only option, but I don't think that that's what Brittany would want. But I just feel like I feel like this couple needs to break up and come back together later in life. And if it's meant to be, you guys will make it work. But right now, y'all too young and too volatile. Y'all are too volatile. Brittany also has to deal with the fact that her mama might be racist. Her mama and her family might be racist. And the easier thing to say is, oh, I don't want you to be with a trans person over I don't want you to be with a Black person, right? Because right now in this day and age, it's more acceptable to be homophobic than it is to be racist. So I don't think that Key Rock is making up anything. I think that Key Rock is taking from his experiences and expressing how he feels. But Brittany doesn't want it to be put on the show that her mom is racist. So she's trying to shut down Key Rock. Wherefore you're ignoring your Black fiance's racist experience that he has had with your family. I like Brittany, but I don't think a Black partner will be protected in this relationship. I don't feel like people who are not very if you are going to date outside of your race, I think you need to be very aware, especially if you're dating someone from a marginalized community. I think you need to be aware of the discrimination that they have experienced and will experience in your family. You need to protect them. Brittany going to protect her mama, which I understand, which I get it, right? But protecting your mother over the partner that she harmed with her racism, I just do not feel like a Black partner is the best partner for you. Because if you're choosing to make that decision to protect the person, whoever it may be, that has caused racial trauma to your partner, then maybe you aren't the best fit for them. I love them. I really, really do. But I think they both need a lot of work. And I also say that about Brittany because you also cannot then bring a Black child into a very racially hostile environment, and ignoring it and not talking about it will not fix the situation. So I love them. I think these guys are cute. I think that they need to break up. This isn't healthy. This isn't healthy. They're good for a minute and then they're fighting. And then they're good for a minute and then they're having like a knockdown, drag out fight. That's not healthy. That's not a healthy relationship. It's giving toxic. Wish them the best. Joy, this girl, Joy Naomi, listen. Red is Basura. Red has no type. He has no type. The penis is just filthy. He will stick it into anything warm. I'm like, Red, what is going on? You don't have a type, a standard, nothing. And he looks like he a raw dogger. Oh, child. Anyway, Joy Naomi, this is what I want for you to do. I want you to not date for a while. I want you to focus on you and being the best mom that you can be. But I also want you to focus on being the best version of yourself, or a version of yourself that you can love. Because no woman who loves themselves allows a man to treat them this way. I think you are a mark. And the dude in prison that gave Red your number knew that you were a mark. They were all tricking you. And you unfortunately fell in love with a man that has been tricking you for some time now. And I think you are allowed, or you allow yourself to be tricked by Red because you have low self-esteem. I think you do. And I think you have engaged in certain activities with randoms because of your low self-esteem. And I think that's just not healthy for you. It really, really isn't. She's crying all the time. This man is cheating on her. First of all, if he's willingly cheating on you on camera like this, Lord knows what he does when, the camera crew packs up and goes home for the night, right? He's just a menace. And he knows that you will not go anywhere because you have low self-esteem. Every time you looked as if you were leaving, what did he do? Told you were pretty, had sex with you, told you how good the sex was with you, capped your head up, made you feel special, then left you and cheated on you again with somebody else. Now, mama, that's not excusing the fact that you were out there just having a good old time, as you should. He was incarcerated in prison. He was having a good old time in there as well. If we keep it in buck, what happens in prison stays in prison. Sometimes. So I need for her to be single. I need for her to work on her. And I need for her to work on her and become a version of herself that she can love. Because she's just not there. She's just not there. Red literally sat down and told her that he recently had sex with somebody. And she did this. Well, at least you're honest. Girl, what? Stab him. I'm sorry. I don't mean that. Forgive me. But, kick him out. Kick him out. He's tricking you. And not only is he tricking you, he's manipulating you with your son because you desperately want a father. I think what you need to do is go to them bars where you were having trains. Genoma, you was out there. You was a menace on that reservation. I think you need to go back to them bars, find the 3 men that you think could be your son's father, and give them a paternity test. You don't know. Maybe one of the guys the guy that actually is his dad wants to be his father. You haven't even given him that opportunity. Give him the opportunity to be a deadbeat, to be a father or a deadbeat. I hate to say it, but that's just how you have to do it, right? And just work on you and your child. He's manipulating you through your child and through your coochie. You got to wake up and you have to do better. You have got to love yourself. Get rid of Red. Please. Please. Melissa and Louis, I don't want to see them next season. I'm not interested in anything. The most exciting thing is Melissa's nose job. That was the biggest buildup on this show. And we still ain't seen the nose. I think we have seen a nose in confessionals, but I don't think that there's a difference. And that's good. Like, if you can't tell that you got any work done, that's the best thing. But I'm just not interested. It seems like Melissa don't even like Louis no more. I feel like I think she was attracted to the thrill of being with a guy that was incarcerated. But then as soon as Louis got out, she don't like him no more. Like, girl, he stuck with you for life. You think he want to go back to his mama's house? No, he want to go back to his sugar mama who gets him teeth. Them teeth that he put in and take out. Oh, God, at 42, Jesus. I would have got the implants. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I'm just not interested. Like, the only thing they had going on was the nose job and that sad attempt of a pregnancy scare. I will say this. I like the fact that Louis was like, oh, I don't want kids. And if you want a child, I'm going to leave. Like, I'm going to go. I don't want to have a child. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it was blunt, but it was honest. And he lets you know from jump, Melissa, if you want a child, you got to let him go. But I don't want to see it. So whatever happens in this relationship moving forward, I'm not interested in seeing. But I wish them well. I just don't want to watch this relationship on TV. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in seeing Louis keep on going to every different pizza shop in Atlanta or Jersey trying to get a job. I'm also not interested in seeing him try to get a job because this was the first time. I know how pizzas are made, but them hairy arms was wrapped up in that pizza dough. And I was just like, this can't be it. I thought it was just the hands. They put it on the arms too. Now I got to make my pizza at home. Justine and Michael. I'm actually really happy for them, right? Although it still does not make sense to me how they got that estate. Because that's not just a mansion. It's an estate in Vegas. With what money? Is this money being accounted for? Like, it's not making the moves that they are making. Nobody's going to work. But now they have 2 homes that they're holding down and taking care of 25 children, but nobody's going out to a job. Because as soon as Justine found out she was pregnant, I think she was like 2 hours pregnant, and she quit her job. She was just like, oh, I feel like morning sickness is coming on. I'm gonna have to quit my job to care for my baby. Girl, what? She quit that job because she knew that she was dealing with a dope boy. That's what it is. He still has to be slinging a cocaine to be living this life. Nothing is making sense. Y'all have 2 homes. One is an estate in Vegas. Then you got a whole home in Pennsylvania. Justine is absolutely a renter. She mentioned that on the show. So y'all still paying that month-to-month rent, all those utilities, taking care of 30 children. And now your mama is coming to stay with y'all. You taking care of her. And now it's a newborn on top of the 30 kids. But nobody's going to work. And you got all these expensive cars. Somebody's selling crack. Like, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. And nobody's asking questions. Congrats to the happy couple. They have a new daughter, Manhattan Barbie. Amen. Set your children up for greatness. But they have a new child, and they can't leave right away because Michael's parole officer did not approve for him to move. So now they have to stay in Pennsylvania for at least up to 90 days. And it was a little contention because Justine was like, well, everything's packed and we're ready to go. And Michael's like, no, it's fine. Just, extend the lease another year. And when we move, we just move and we'll just pay to break the lease. Where the hell is this money coming from? Y'all not smart. Y'all not smart. I will be talking about Social Security, EBT, selling clothes on Poshmark. I would be like, oh, we didn't have it, but I had to sell this. Oh, we didn't have it, but I sold my plasma. Like, even if that's not what I'm doing, I'm lying so the Fed's not watching. It's just little old me, a wee viewer, and I'm watching the show like, guys, this ain't making sense. This is not making sense. Congrats. Congrats. Also, Michael's mom got to let that paternity test mess go. They're a whole family at this point. Them kids have, taken Manhattan Barbie into their arms. They are a family. Let that paternity test mess go. Speaking of the paternity test, I don't believe it. I don't believe that for 1 second, while Michael's mom was outside of Justine's room with the paternity test, rambling the paternity test around while the camera crew is filming her from 7 angles, that Justine did not see that. None of that was real. All of that paternity test stuff was fake. But again, congrats to the happy couple. You got an estate in Vegas. I'm trying to get like you. Without the dope dealing. Come on, Michael. We got to be honest here. We got to be honest here. Get off this show. Deadbeat and The Undertaker. Sarah is the typical terrible stepmom, right? Because Sean now wants to build a business, and the business is as a tow truck driver. Does he look like he can shoot? Like, why are you going to tow people's trucks and you don't have no hands and you don't look like you can handle a gun? Because you towing people's trucks, you going to get shot at, you going to need to bust back. He can't do that. He can't do that. The way, I forget the name of the girl that was beating him up that he got fresh out of prison, he can't fight and he can't shoot. Dumbest idea ever. Anyway, so he wants to start this business, right? So he's putting all of his business into, all of his money, with little money that they have, into this tow truck company. However, he's not telling his wife, the Undertaker, what he's doing. He is telling her that the money that he's taking and actually putting into his failed tow truck business, he's telling her that that money is actually going to his kids, just like a deadbeat. Because that money ain't going to his kids or his baby mama. But Sarah, also known as The Undertaker, says, well, why do you keep on sending your money to Kelly? Yet one of your kids is in the military. He don't need no help from you. And that other kid that need braces, absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? This man had a litter of children before he even met you. And that litter was his responsibility. It's still his responsibility. And newsflash, mama, just because a kid is over 18 don't mean that you want to stop giving them coins. They're going to be in your pockets till you die. Especially the way America is set up, there's no money. And so they're going to be dependent on their daddy. And if you with their daddy, your money is going to them kids as well. Unless you're smart enough, like my grandmama told me, you got to get a separate account. Anyway, but she has a problem that he's sending money to his baby mom. An awful person. An absolutely awful person. Because you're encouraging him to be a terrible father while he's not even a great dad to the kid that he has with you. So when you and him break up, because it'll happen eventually, you are going to find yourself in the same place as Kelly. And he's going to get under another murderer or probably a crackhead, because that's his flavor. And they're going to siphon him and take all of his money. And you and Kelly will be asking this fool for money to take care of your children. And you're going to think about every time you told him not to take care of your kids while you were on his line, blowing it up, asking him to Venmo you $5 so you can get your daughter some oatmeal. I don't know why I expected more from an undertaker. So anyway, these two bozos have not one brain cell between the both of them, because Sean is doing this failed tow truck company business. And now they have no money because whatever savings that they had, she used to get new boobs and a tummy tuck. And now she's trying to get a butt. Y'all don't have no money. Y'all raising your kids in a trailer while you're trying to rebuild a house that was burnt down to ashes, and you're paying $40,000 for that charcoal home. These are adult people who are responsible for rearing up children. America, you're in danger, girl. You're in danger. When Sean was like, I don't know what we're getting into, I never imagined him pulling up to a home made of ash. Where is CPS? Where is CPS? While they're filming this scene, their daughter is screaming. And they're like, oh, why is she screaming? Why are you upset? The baby obviously is choking because she's covered in soot. Did y'all see it? The baby's hands and arms and feet covered in soot because she was playing in the house that was burnt. I want them off my screen. I keep on saying every season I don't want to see this couple. There's nothing likable about them. I'm going to look like a meanie because there's nothing redeemable. You left the home because you didn't want to pay the rent increase. I understand that. But instead of taking that money and moving to another place, you got titties. What? You got titties in the tummy tuck and said, well, I'll raise my kid in the trailer next to a house that was freshly burnt down. And my child's playground is going to be the soot from the home that was burned down to the ground. That's her sandbox. Ooh, Lord. Chevelle and Quaylon, the Beyonce and Jay-Z of this franchise. I said it. They have been giving this show content season after season. When the mothers were about to brawl at the bridal shower, let me tell you something. This fight started and ended so many times. Every time Chevelle's mama sat down, she had a drink of that vodka and lemonade and got turned up again and started running her mouth. Everybody at this bridal shower was going to jump her, and she was ready. She was ready for the heat. I will say, I thought that Chevelle and Quaylon, I thought that they were faking this marriage for the cameras. But when Chevelle sat down with her mother-in-law and she was like, I don't do this, and I'm really sorry, and she started crying, I was like, oh, you're really together. I actually like that. I like them. Quaylon seems to be a lot more responsible. I still think he's ODing on the weed. He gotta, is it weed and embalming fluid? Like something else is happening here. The eyes are yellow. The lips are black, like black blue. You gotta, can't you, you don't want to do a gummy? Do a gummy instead of smoking it. Take a gummy or a brownie. They do the brownies or the Rice Krispie treats. They do them in Rice Krispie treats now. And you can also get a little weed lotion or take a little weed bubble bath. Why you got to smoke it? It's not working for you. It is not working for you. But I love how he loves Chevelle. I love how he loves Chevelle's daughter. I still think he needs to like uninvolve himself with Chevelle's daughter's father, just because it's just going to get messy, and if he's active in her life, even though Quaylon is like, I'm doing everything, but I just like it's messy. It's messy, especially if she loves her daddy. You got to leave it alone. You got to leave it alone. But I like them together. I really, really do. I like them together. My only suggestion is that, Chevelle, you get a new wig for your wedding day. You know what I mean? Treat yourself to a new wig. Like, go to a salon and get, like, I want you to get professional makeup and professional hair. It's your wedding day. You want to look your best. The Party City wigs, no shade. I'm just being honest. We gotta, no, 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 no. But I like these two, and I am very, very happy for them. If this is the real thing, because that means we're going to get a lot of content from them. They have been delivering. Hold on, I'm missing a picture. Chevelle, Sarah. I don't have it. Let me get Chance and Tyler's picture in here. I thought I had it. Chance and Taylor. I keep on calling her Tyler. Because Taylor, that's how your name is spelled. That's how your name is spelled. Anyway, Chance and Taylor. I have been extremely proud of Taylor these last few episodes. Like, so proud of her. Let me bring her picture up. I don't have this one fixed like I did the other ones, just because I didn't know that I didn't have it. But I'm really proud of her. I feel like she was doing the work. She was doing what needed to be done, and she realized that this relationship no longer suited her, and she got out. And she's standing on it. I was very shocked. I thought that when Chance came back around, he was going to convince her that, she needed to be with him and she was going to fall for him again. And she didn't. She's standing on it. She kicked him out and she meant it. She is not going back on it. No matter how many times Chance comes around, she speaks her point to him very clear. She may cry a bit because she loved that man and she has a child with him, right? But she lets him know how she felt, what he did wrong, and why they are just not going to work. And Chance thinks that she'll eventually get over, right? She'll eventually change her mind, but that's not happening here. And I am extremely Taylor, right? ER. I think that's how it is. I am extremely proud of her because, listen, we all knew that she would be here, but she had to know that. And she didn't. So she's now in a situation where she is going to have Chance in her life for the rest of her life because they have a child together. And this man is an antagonizer. So he's going to make sure that she has no peace. And that's unfortunate, right? That's unfortunate, but that's the kind of man that he is. So he's going to make sure that she doesn't have any peace. He's going to make sure that whoever she's with, he will disturb that. Oh, hold on. Where is it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a freaking picture. I done worked on it. Let me download it again. He's going to make sure that she doesn't have any peace for the rest of her life. He's not going to allow her to move on. And that's unfortunate because I feel like Taylor has proven to us and shown us that she is someone who wants to be in a relationship and, have somebody to raise, to help her raise her children. But unfortunately for her, she linked up with somebody who's just going to be an antagonizer, who's just going to make her life a living hell. But she has finally found her voice, found her confidence, even outside of her family and friends, because her sister and her friend was coaching her. But Taylor, she had to stand up the chance on her own. And she did it. I was very proud of her. Here's my girl in this antagonizer. I was very proud of her. And I still am, right? Even though she feels a certain way, she even was talking to her girlfriend about, well, I'm going to let him see his son. And her girlfriend was like, you need to set boundaries. I feel like this girlfriend has been waiting for this moment. And now that she sees that her friend's eyes are open, she's like, oh, absolutely not. I'm not letting you shut these eyes ever again. And Chance is trying everything. So this man goes out, he trades his car in, and he gets a more family appropriate car. And he pulls up to her home like he's about to do a drive by. And he jumps on, he's just like, I got you a car. Because what is going on with him? Like, what is this? Yeah. Because if you want, why is he talking like this? Chance never talked like that. What is all? Yeah. You gonna leave me? Don't you? He's so unwell. He is so unwell. So anyway, he pulls up like he about to do a drive-by, and he jumps like, I got you a car. I got you and the girls a car. And the kids, they're loving a car, except for that oldest. That oldest clocked him from day one. Because even before this scene, Taylor was sitting down with her kids, and she told him that she broke up with Chance, and that oldest was so relieved. And Taylor was like, you're happy? She was just like, I never liked him. He's mean and y'all fight all the time. I never liked him. And her youngest son was just like, well, I like Chance. And she was like, well, what did you like about Chance? She was just like, well, he bought me things, but he cheated on you, so that's not good. I'm like, your youngest daughter knows that your current, I think, fiance or whatever was cheating. She a baby. She's a baby. And she knows that her mom was in a relationship with a man that is not only mean to her, yells at her, fights with her, but cheats on her. And she's a child. A whole baby. And this is the information that she knows about her mother. Taylor, you should have been left. I'm glad you did leave, though. We're gonna reward you for what we can reward you for. But my God, today, that's in that baby's mind. That's that's gonna be one of her earliest memories of her mother. Yikes. And that oldest, my God, today. My God, today. At least be single for a minute so that baby can get her joy back. I feel like she has been through so many horrible relationships with you that she just has not had time to even be a kid because she's too busy protecting you and watching out for the other kids. She can't be a child. She cannot be happy because she's too busy being the partner or the husband that you desire, while you allow these men to treat you and your kids like garbage. But again, we're going to celebrate the wins. We're going to celebrate the wins. You are free. You are standing on business. I hope you stick to it because Chance feels like that he feels like he can get you back. But this is the thing I want to mention about him. Another thing I want to mention about Brad Pitt's cousin. When Taylor threw him out and he realized that she meant it, you know what he said to her? Thanks for allowing me to jack up your home. So he knew that he was tearing her home up with those renovations. He knew what he was doing and still did it. He knew that he was harming her property, which will eventually harm her, and still did. Terrible. Terrible. And that performance that Brad Pitt's cousin put on, I don't have nobody. Don't nobody want me. I'm out here by myself. But I'm going to do what everybody else is doing. And I'm going to choose me. What? What in the fences was that? I'm so glad you're free, Taylor. I'm so glad you're free. Stay free, mama. Stay free. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that episode and those couples. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. Eltavita said, honestly, I blame Brittany's dad because why would you, a black man, have sexual relations with a racist white woman unprotected and then leave her to fend for herself from rape? Hold on. Brittany black? Her dad is black? I thought they was both Puerto Ricans, Spaniards, conquistadors, if you will. Child, Brittany, you giving full Puerto Rican. I just realized there's one more couple I did not talk about. I just realized I did not talk about Lindsay and Blaine. And baby, I got a lot to say about them. Hold on. I just realized I did not talk about Lindsay and Blaine. Hold on. Let me tell you something. At first, I thought that Lindsay was like faking this relationship with Blaine. This last episode made me feel like this is the real deal. This last episode, I was like, now wait a damn minute. Are these two the real thing? Because I'm going to say this. I never enjoyed Lindsay and Blaine's relationship on this show. But baby, this last episode, they were acting down. They were acting down. They were giving everything, especially Blaine. Oh, that man cries like a toddler. He cries, like his whole mannerisms is very childlike. And to be honest with you, that could probably be from childhood trauma, right? Maybe he acts that way because at that age where, supposedly you act that way, was when he experienced his trauma. Because he was not handling any of these situations like an adult. Like, you are well into your 30s. Why can't you just why can't you just talk to her? Why? I was like, oh, what's happening? I mean, I felt bad for the dude, but I was just like, why are you acting like this? It was just really weird to see an adult male like react that way in conflict and like not be joking. He was dead serious with those reactions. So we discover in this episode that Blaine has been talking bad about Lindsay to her child. Pause. Because I ain't even going to hold you when Lindsay's daughter was like, yeah, he comes in my room and he complains about you. I'm not saying that he's doing, anything that he shouldn't be doing, sexually with this child. But what I am saying, you don't ever need to be in that child's room having a conversation without her mama. You don't ever need to be in her room, period. So when you get to the point where you feel like this 13-year-old is your counselor, weirdo, weird vibes. And why do you think talking about her mom to her is in any way going to help you or her or Lindsay's child's relationship? That was just weird to me. And then they have him like on candid camera cussing out Lindsay, saying that he can't stand her. And I'm like, all the stuff that he was doing on candid camera, he does in Lindsay's face. He's always blowing up on her or throwing something and having an adult temper tantrum. Like he's always doing that. You didn't need candid camera to show you how he actually feels about you. He says that to your face. So I felt like that was unnecessary, right? I also feel like Blaine getting a weed card or whatever, medical marijuana card, I also felt like that gave Lindsay the get out of jail free card, right? I think she does not want to be a part of this relationship. I think she wants to stay in this relationship for the show. I don't think she really wants to be with him, right? Because in this argument where they're breaking up, she tells him that she can't be with him because she's a felon, he's a felon, but she cannot be in a home with him if he has drugs, which even though medical marijuana is acceptable in some places, it is still not accepted by the feds. And not a lot of people know that. Right? So she's just like, I can't stay in the home with you. My parole officer said I can't stay in the home with you. But I feel like, Lindsay, if you knew that you were getting out of that relationship, why were you trying on wedding dresses? Did you just need a scene to film? Because it was so weird. I'm like, you've been talking about how this relationship isn't working out, but you're proposing to him and buying wedding dresses. None of that makes sense unless you're doing it for the show, right? So anyway, after Lindsay tells Blaine this, he blows up and he's like, and she's like, what is going on with you? He was like, you know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. You're in love with the married man. And Lindsay don't say nothing. And I was like, oh, Lord, another twist. Another twist to this ghetto love affair. But I did think that this was real because when Blaine started blowing up, Lindsay ran to the kids' room and she was like, "Close your doors, close your doors, close your doors." And she didn't react normally the way that she reacts to him. Like when he blows up at her, she blows up back and she tries to act like she's this drug kingpin. But that didn't happen this time. Mama was shook, especially when he spilled her tea. Now that is what I want to see play out. Who's this married man? Is it an executive producer? Let's see that play out. Let's see that play out because Lindsay, I don't know why you keep on coming back every season. The storyline is not interesting unless you somebody's favorite in the franchise because this ain't making sense to me. Your storylines are never interesting, never compelling. You keep on playing that you're going to prison, still ain't went yet. Not interesting. But now I'm invested. Now I'm invested. Okay, I'm done. I was like, I'm forgetting somebody. Anyway, Josie said, "Yep, I feel like Brittany is playing dumb about the racial aspect of her relationship with Key Rock." Absolutely. And Key Rock wants to talk about it. And I'm just like, you are blocking your Black partner talking about their racial trauma that they have experienced at the hands of your family member. And you want to be this person's wife, this person's partner, and you can't even protect him? What the hell are you going to do with a Black child? But apparently she Black too. I'm confused. Oh, Red. That dick is dirty. If we keeping it buck, I was just like, who is this woman? Who is best friend? Nasty. JG said Red is disgusting to me with his okay. Oh Lord. Busola said, so glad that Chance and Taylor are done. Hope they don't get back together for a storyline. I feel like our girl Taylor is free. I feel like she's free. Hopefully. JG said, Joy just irks me like women who put men over them and therefore their kids just sick. Listen, she has a beautiful baby boy who loves her. He's so sweet. He's so precious. Don't let Red play with his mind. He don't deserve that. You're already raising him without a father. And I feel like you're raising him with one of his actual daddies in the same community. And I feel like this is going to be a Kirk Franklin situation where everybody in the neighborhood going to say he looked like this man until one day when he's older, he's going to ask him if this man is his father and he's going to get. Joy, you could do better. You could do better. Don't raise your boy like that. He deserves better. Eltavina said, not having self-love is super dangerous because you end up in very terrible situations. Amen. That you might not come back from. Very true. Very true. Jade said Louis and Melissa about to turn into Shane and Lacey to stay on. I'm just not interested in their storyline. No shade. Just not interested. Melissa's not interested. She's not interested. I'm telling you, I felt like she was attracted to Louis when he was incarcerated. Louis got out and she was just like, I don't like it anymore. I think she needs him to be captured to be attracted to him again. And that's crazy. What is that? I think so too. And I think she got to do her high school fantasy and now she's done. Has to be. Has to be. Nothing else makes sense. Deborah said, Melissa is probably one of the most annoying persons this season. Over her father and Louis' mother? The whole cast. Her attitude is terrible. I actually think Louis will leave her once he's back on his feet. She's so mean to him. But he is really trying. I thought that he was scamming her. He's really trying to make this relationship work. I'm shocked that Louis is trying to make the relationship work and not Melissa. Very, very shocked. Very, very, very shocked. Sarah said Melissa and Louis could be cousins playing roles because the way I don't see the chemistry or see the love. Have we ever seen them kiss? Ciao. Aaliyah said Vegas is pretty affordable, to be fair, but I do still think he is a drug dealer. Oh, Vegas is absolutely affordable. Azilo, that house, that's an estate. That's an estate. Ciao. The end of the age said they ain't making money from those knockoff. There got to be crack in the walls or something. Like something is. I'm sorry, Michael. Something. Something ain't making sense. And that's another thing. That's how I know he's slanging, because he don't have no problems with his baby mamas. That means he's paying all of them well. Ain't not nah baby mama came over there with a brick to bust out his car windows. He ain't he hasn't been served no kind of papers to go to child support court. He got them kids all the time. That's baby Pablo Escobar. He got some coin. He got some coin. Where's the money, Michael? Where's it coming from? JRR said, hey, Nikki, Justine and Michael got me feeling like a boomer. Why does no one works? Not even the older teenage kids. I wanted to get a job so bad so I could have my own little money, but I guess nobody in this family is hurting for $1. Everybody is home. Josie said, I thought Michael said he didn't want to give okay. Manhattan Barbie, at y'all big ages, y'all not even teenage parents. This was a thought out. The end of the age said they sure did. They sure did. That baby is either going to be a rapper or star on the show on a Disney Channel. There are no other jobs available. What else is she going to do? JRR said Sarah is hating and clueless and showing his lying and broke. You better clock it. You better clock it. Pat said Sean should have kept his job and did the tow truck business evening and days off. He can't do nothing. He has one adult child, and that was the one that came to his wedding. And I want to talk to that adult child because you were so busy buddying up to the Undertaker and talking about how your mom don't understand and she need to grow up and mature, and your mom and your dad are no longer together. Your mom need to get over it. While the Undertaker, the stepmama that you was buddying up with, is telling your father not to give you a coin. How you feel now, eldest? Buddying up to the Undertaker about tearing down your mother, and now the Undertaker don't want to give you nothing. I'm telling you right now, if your dad go on to glory, Sarah is going to give you hell. Y'all not getting nothing. Not even a dime to bury him. Yeah, he gonna be on child support for the rest of his life. He's an older dude, and those kids are very young. So Sarah better get used to it. Until the end. Until the end. Yes. Yes. Very evil stepmother. Very. Proud deadbeat. That man literally said, I told my wife I was giving money to my baby mom to take care of my kids, but I was lying. I wasn't sending my kids money. I was putting it into my failing tow truck business. I can't believe your eldest son wanted to have a relationship with you. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Myra, thank you so much for this. Oh, here it is. For the super chat. Mer said, I had a day. Glad you're doing more lives. Absolutely. Love your humor and perspective. Thank you so much, Mer. Oh, I blew out my back and knees because I'm not an athlete, and I was training for the Olympics. And I had 2 athlete trainers they had me lifting so heavy that it just has done, I won't say irreparable damage. I'm getting help for that. I'm going to physical therapy. But I have a lot of medical issues because of that. Knees, back, everything is just a mess. A mess. I don't feel like that's anything that you should do for anybody. But if you are not an athlete, don't do CrossFit. It is geared for athletes. Pilates for me is the best because it's like rehabilitation workouts, right? And I was doing Pilates with no injuries. Now that's the only thing I can really do. I don't know why she won't do that, but a lot of women don't do that. They don't want to fight these men in court, or they're like, oh, I don't want to get him arrested. Lock him up and throw away the damn key. Girl, I can't believe that was an option. Instead of either moving to another apartment or just paying the rent increase. My God, today, we saw where y'all lived. It couldn't have been that much. It couldn't have been that much. It couldn't have been more than the Undertaker's titties. Nobody on this show cares about them kids, except for Michael and Justine. I will say, they got the whole Sesame Street, and they take care of them kids. They take care of them kids. Ash, baby, was covered in soot, looking like Santa coming down the damn chimney. A toddler. Oh, she's a good time. She's a good time. She was actually laughing after that. I said, oh, you are just chaos. You just wanted to create chaos. Right after you did all that fighting and destroyed your daughter's bridal shower, you're going to say, oh, I'm here with my cousins. Cheers. Chaos. Chaos. She does not want him to meet the baby daddy because Quaylon is going to fight that man. Right? Quaylon is upset that he's doing everything that a father should do in his eyes and Chevelle's. But if anything happens, he has no say-so over her daughter. He can't even pick up Chevelle's daughter from school unless Chevelle says something. But he's just like, what if something happens to you? I can't pick her up. Like, if anything happens to you, I have no say-so over her life, and I'm raising her. I get what he's saying, but I think he just needs to stay out of it. Josie said, Quaylon is doing more than he's on some hard drugs. It's ripping through him he looks terrible. What else do you think it is? Syrup? Because, the black men's love a syrup, or is it called lean? What else are they doing? Perks? Could it be the perks? Child, all the black men in Hollywood is on perks. All the musicians, perks. Perks. It's a mess. Here's the thing. When she asked, I did not think that Chance was cheating with a man, right? However, when she asked him about it and he didn't say anything, I'm like, Chance, what? Wait, hold on. She said you had a boyfriend and you ain't say no. What is going on? He's so weird. You gonna just leave me? Who is he morphing into? What is going on? Is he having a midlife crisis? My God, today, when men are turning or hit 40, whoo, that midlife crisis is something else. JG said, but she has to stop letting every man around them poor babies. They were like, Mama, you can't. That hurt me. Oh, that hurt me. They say you always do this with men. You always get a boyfriend and break up with him, and then we don't see him no more. Oh my goodness, girl. I would have told them to cut this scene out, to be quite honest with you. If it was me, because I got shame. These people on the show have no shame. I would have been like, cut the cameras. I'm not going to have my kids dragging me to the world. No, that may be true, but that will not be the narrative. Cut the cameras. I would have never allowed that scene to play out. No, sir. They've seen too much and they're so young. And I'm like, girl, if you won't do it for yourself, do it for your oldest. That baby is broken by her mama's antics. That's not fair. You're stealing so much of her youth with your foolishness. But again, we're going to reward you for waking up. Thank the Lord. Is this like 80s hip hop thing that he's trying to do? Do you think it's a result of drugs? Something going on. She had sense enough not to marry him, but she got pregnant by him. Same damn thing. Same damn thing. Tied to that man for life. It seems like that. I'm sorry. This is not funny, but when he pulled up in that car, leaned back in the car, like, what is wrong with you? What's up? I got y'all a car. Oh, Lord, there's somebody for everybody. Soon. They all scammers because when Deadbeat was talking about getting a business loan, I'm just like, you can't even afford to live in a home that's not made of charcoal, and you want to get a business loan? Y'all scammers. Y'all all scammers. Please don't say that, Miss T. Fingers crossed. We are wishing better for her. Never. She has. And Bobby then moved on and got herself a brother. Why, black men, why are you always available? You are always available for the worst situations, especially when it's concerning a Caucasian woman. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you are with Bobby? Let me tell you something, Spency. Taylor's friend ain't letting her go back. Okay. So what was that thing about the dad? What was that? D. Whitman said, I don't think her dad is black. He said he got jumped. Oh, yes. And she tried to explain it to Key Rock, and Key Rock was like, what? But see, Key Rock, that's on you. That's on you as well. Because you are getting with a partner who does not understand your struggles, who does not understand who you are as a black man, and how she's going to have to love you and care for you. She don't know how to do that. But you still propose. Gaslighting you about her racist parents. Her daddy acts like that because he got beat up by black men. It's always so funny when people make that excuse. Oh, I'm racist towards black people, or I don't like black people because of this experience I had. When black people literally came to this nation as cattle. But we gotta love everybody. We was hung from trees like Christmas ornaments and put on postcards. We gotta love everybody. Y'all can have one bad interaction with a black person at the DMV, and all of a sudden, you little David Duke, you hosting Klan brunches from that one event. But black people who has experienced the second greatest genocide in this nation. Shout out to the Native American community. We need to come together and do more. We still not on a killing rampage. And I feel like we got a reason. But we got to be accepting every damn body, but don't nobody accept us. I'm tired. Ryan said Lindsay and Blaine need to go back to acting school because their season. Listen, I believe that last one. He mad goofy. Did he? Because he sure does. Me too, Miss T. Lindsay keeps on kicking him out, though. Whenever she gets mad, she kicks him out. Let me get a few more, and then I'm gonna come back to the comments after Drag Race. The internet said they don't need to be together. They always fight and are yelling at each other. They need to raise their children separately and stay out of trouble. Absolutely. Absolute him. Absolute. Because I was reading this. I'm sorry. Absolutely. JRR said Lindsay is with them for the storyline. I agree. We see how she goes from proposing to him to rattling him out due to her PO. Yep, absolutely. I agree. I agree. It's the swoop. It's the swoop. He needs to get rid of it. I thought he was doing a swoop because he was balding. He's actually not balding. Blaine, we need to get you jaw surgery or just Botox in the jaw to put back the collagen that meth took away. Pull that hair back, and I'm telling you, we got ourselves a model. You could get some work. You could get some work. The internet said, I forgot about Deontay. I'm sure it was a fake relationship to get Lindsay back on the show. I agree. I want to know who that married man is. That's what I want to know. I sure did, because I want to know how the hell they got a house and I don't. How the hell they got a house and I don't? I sure did. I looked it up and I said, oh, this is what you paying. And even Justine said, $4,000 a month mortgage. And remember, they put down a deposit. Ciao. Ryan said, Nikki, can we talk about Michael not letting his oldest come to Vegas because she needs to be there for Michael? He doing them kids dirty. We got to tell the truth for shame the devil, because this whole episode, he's talking about how he's happy that he could be there for his youngest and give her everything that he wasn't able to give his other kids because he got locked up. And I'm like, okay, well, you going to make that little one the youngest? Hopefully she's the last. My God, today, Justine, let's be done with having these kids, because you'd had everybody pulled on everybody's heartstrings over this baby. Let this be it. Anyway, you are going to make her have a very difficult relationship with her other siblings, because this is your makeup baby. You're going to give her everything that you couldn't give your other kids instead of just giving it to your current kids. And be like, oh, now I could be there. And you're going to be doing all this stuff with this child, while your first daughter, who never got none of that, is going to be resenting a toddler. And that poor baby is going to love their sister, but the sister won't be able to love her back because of you. Nothing she did. You are creating a huge divide in your concerning your children. Y'all got to do better. Lisa Parker says she's going to be a corporate lawyer who doesn't. Probably. MB Chavez. I'm sorry, I just assumed that they're Afro-Latino. Me too. He keep on getting women pregnant. I'm sorry. Do we think that you know what? I don't even want to think that. Nope. Abu Sola said, hey, Nikki, you doing Pilates now with the Pilates machine? No, I'm actually going to check out a Pilates club in my area. I'm doing Pilates on YouTube. I'm going to come back to these comments because we have got to get into the Drag Race. We are already over 2 hours. I want to try to get us out of here soon and very soon. Since I'm trying to get us out of here, we are not going to go to my Drag Race notes. We're just going to talk about the show. Off the dome. Let's get into it. So this episode was an acting challenge. Yikes. The queens are doing a sketch called basically RuPaul's Drag Race Night Live. It's a mockery of a knockoff of Saturday Night Live. So everybody gets their script. You know, we get the scene where all the queens are fighting over a character that they want to be, and Plasma is immediately given the Barbara Streisand character when she wants to play the newscasters. I will say, I understood. I feel like the queens didn't understand why Plasma felt a certain way. I don't think that Plasma didn't want to play Barbara Streisand because she knew that she was going to do a good job. She just wanted to play the newscaster because she thought that they had more stage time and they were funnier, right? But I felt like she felt some way because they looked at her and said, "Oh, you're going to be Barbara Streisand." Why? Why did you think that Plasma would play a good Barbara Streisand? She was a little caught off guard by that, and I feel like she could be. But everybody gets their parts. Mirage wants to fight to be the host. All of a sudden, they give her the host position, and Mirage is just like, "Oh, okay, well, that's what y'all want to give me." And the queens were like, "Mirage, this is what you said that you wanted." So immediately right there, I was afraid for Mirage because she fought to get the host role, and then she was just like, "Okay, well, all right." She immediately started second guessing herself, and I'm just like, when a queen gets in their head, they're done for. That's what happened with Hershey. That's what happened with Hershey. You know what I just realized? Maya Imani, she's the queen of flips. Did y'all know that? Where is she at? Where's her picture? Did y'all know that she's the queen of flips? She's that queen that goes viral like every year for the shows that she does in Miami. She's like flipping off of buses, flipping off of the rooftops of the restaurant that she works at. She's flipping down the walkway, spinning, doing splits. I had no idea that she was the queen of flips. A spectacular performer, but my God, a muted personality. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it comes off very awkward on camera. Like that, she does not have a TV personality, but she's absolutely a performer. Absolutely a performer. I had no idea she was a queen of flips. That is so cool. I love how a mandatory meeting is staying on Plain Jane's neck, because Plain Jane thought that she could come for a mandatory meeting because a mandatory is not as polished as Plain Jane, right? And I guess because she wasn't as polished, maybe Plain Jane felt like she was a newer queen that she could bully. But a mandatory meeting is not allowing her to do any of that. Anytime Plain Jane comes for her, a mandatory meeting comes back 10 times harder and doesn't let up. I'm loving her on this show. And I think she's going to eat up All-Stars. I feel like if there's anybody from this season that will go to All-Stars, it's going to be Hershey LaCour in mandatory meeting. They have a great story, great personality. They come off very, very well on camera. I could absolutely see if they're picking from this cast, these two going to All-Stars. So before we get into the actual sketch performance, I do want to say I love the workroom moments that we get in the show, because the queens always bring up something really important and impactful to their community. But this time we heard about DACA recipients, which Tsunami and let me get her picture. Tsunami Muse and Geneva. They're both DACA recipients. And they were talking about how, existing in this world with not being a full citizen, right? So they can do a lot of stuff, but they can't do everything that a citizen of the United States can do. They can be on Drag Race, but there are a lot of other things that they are not allowed to do because they are not actually citizens. And they came here and were given. Wasn't this a little weird? Because Tsunami was just like, well, as children, we were given work papers. I'm like, huh? You were given papers to work as a child in America? A whole nother can of worms. But they were just really bringing that up and talking about how every year, it's always really hard for them because they don't know when their DACA rights are going to be ripped away. That's why, and it was probably coming down this road, voting is important. Especially if your rights are always on the ballot. Y'all better get out there and destroy that Supreme Court. But I thought that was a beautiful moment. I really, really like that in it. And it allowed me to really see a different side of Geneva. Geneva's not my favorite queen. I feel like she gets a bit lost sometimes in the cast, because so many queens are a bit more standouts in my opinion, but I really liked seeing this side of Geneva, and I was a bit more interested in her drag now that I've learned a bit more about her story. So that's really that was really good. I love the workroom moments, really impactful, really impactful. So now let's get into the challenge. Acting challenges make or break. Make or break. Acting challenge, sewing challenge, and snatch game. Make or break. I knew that a lot of queens would struggle. I didn't know that so many would struggle so badly, right? I feel like coming on this show, you have to have some kind of stage presence, especially as being a performer. So it was just really weird when like just jokes were not landing, performances were very stiff, and I was like, wow. Are some of these queens skating by, or are they just Instagram queens? Because we've seen that they can't dance. The lip syncings are not that great. I don't know what's going on. These queens are gorgeous. They are turning looks. But when we got to get to the performances, there's a lot of them where I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? Let's talk about the queens that ate on this challenge. Megami, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Stayed in character the whole way through. The character was able to build. I felt like she made Plain Jane better. 8. Very proud of her. Loved the work. Jane, I think she was funny because she did good, right? But I think she just had a really, really good partner in Megami, so she just was able to give a really good performance. I feel like the performance would have been a bit different if Megami wasn't there and did not give her such strong material to work with. Dawn fought to have that newscaster position. It was flat for me. Flat for me. Geneva, if you don't know who Billy Graham is, you better ask. Or is it Lindsay? Billy, Lindsay, whatever. Both conservatives don't want to take away your rights. Is Billy still with us? Or did he go on to hell? Anyway, you know what? Let me not do that to Billy. Let me not do that to Billy. But you need to find it out. You need to find out who that person is. I just felt like when the judges was just like, do you know who Lindsey Graham is? And she was like, no. Or Lindsay or Billy, whoever. And she was like, no. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, they could tell. And I think Ross Matthews said, well, it showed. No, Michelle was like, well, it showed. You guys gotta put in work. Y'all have got to put in work. This is not a vacation. This is Drag Race. Mandatory did a really good job, but I don't think, listen, if Mandatory had the fashions and the makeup that Plain Jane was bringing, she would be killing this competition. She has personality. She has talent and skill. She's about it. She is about it. Maya, it wasn't good, baby. It wasn't good. But Rue knows who you are. Maya, I don't know if she's going to make it to the final 4, but she's going to make it far because Rue knows what Maya is capable of. And I don't think Rue is going to let you leave before you get to the Rusical. Rue wants you for the Rusical. And then I think that might be the episode where you lip sync for your life. But Rue's going to keep you around because she knows what you're capable of doing. Morphine, beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Mirage. I'm sorry. I knew she was lip syncing. I knew. I felt like it was going to be between her or Maya. Geneva, not so much because Maya I was like, what is going on? But I knew that she would be lip syncing, and you fought for that role. Yikes. Yikes. She's the winner of this season. Nymphia Wynn is the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. There's nothing, not a challenge yet, that has been able to shake her. Her performance on this episode lets me know that she's going to kill the snatch game. The only way she won't win this competition if she gets in her head, and for my girl, I think that's impossible. She's coming for the crown, and I think she's going to get it. Plasma, a Broadway baby. She ate that barber roll up. She ate that barber roll up. I'm so glad them queens bullied you into taking that role because you ate that up. You ate that up. Saphira, Philly queen, not an actor, but she can sing, so she's going to go far. I see her in the final four. Q, gagged at how hilarious Q was. Gagged. You might not can dance, but you a star. You a star. Tsunami. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Now let's get into the runway. Ru, what the hell is this? Why is Ross eating you up? What is going on with Ru's fashions? The hair and makeup eats. The hair and makeup. And Fallon does her big one every time. But I just can't believe that Ross is eating up Ru and Michelle. Michelle looked great this episode. Sarah Michelle Gellar was a really good host, a really good guest host. And I especially love when she talked to the queens and Untucked and was really talking about being inclusive and just, being so sweet. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. She can never go wrong in my book. So the runway is not 50 Shades of Cher, but it's everything, every Cher, all at once. So it's iconic Cher looks. I will say, I got to be honest with you, none of these queens came close to the iconic Cher looks. Nobody was catching Cher back in the day. My God, today she was dressing a star. Morphine's runway look, beautiful gowns. She a pretty girl. She a pretty girl. Plasma 8. I knew she was the winner. From that Barbra Streisand look to from that Barbra Streisand performance to this look. Oh, I knew it was her win tonight. I knew it was her win. My only thing is that I wish that this was Cher and that she didn't have like a bodysuit under it. That would have ate. Because she don't wear boobs anyway. Megami, I loved it. She loved it. You could tell when she walked out on the runway. Everybody knew this look. Everybody knows this look. Maya. Dawn. Saphira, I gagged. I gagged. Oh, she's a star. She's a star. Jane, she got a nasty attitude, but baby, this was the best look of the night. Plasma gave that performance, so that got her over, but this was the best look of the night for me. Nifia win. She's a winner, baby. She is going to win this season. There's no competition. Geneva. I actually like this. For me, this was one of Geneva's best looks, in my opinion. One of her best looks. Mirage. I knew she was lip syncing. Even Ru clocked that she had the wrong hair for the outfit. Ciao. Miss Mandatory Me. And it was cute, but it was giving Selena. Q. Just a star. A star. But my favorite look of the night, because it's my favorite Cher look, Tsunami. Look how it flows. I loved it. My favorite look of the night. So let's get into the lip sync. So it was Geneva, who has proven to be a lip sync assassin. My God, today, she might not be a dancer, but she feels these songs. She feels these songs. And she was in the bottom 3 with Maya, the queen of flips, and Mirage, right? Mirage just gave a terrible performance, right? But then we get to the lip sync and Mirage is doing splits and kicks, but she won't turn around. And I'm like, why is Mirage doing everything with her back turned to the audience? Because when she finally turned around, we realized that she did not know the words. How do you not know the words to a lip sync? And in Untucked, she was terrified because she was like, I cannot be in the bottom 2 because I don't know the words. And everybody's like, well, you better learn them. You better learn them. There's no excuse. That's why when she got cut, she broke down because she realized this was an unavoidable cut. And this is on her. She has to own it. But I think that breakdown was really bad because when she was breaking down and then we saw her standing up again, I knew some time had passed because her makeup was touched up. So this was probably a really bad breakdown. But mama, it's on you. It's on you. You should have learned the words to the song. You should have learned the words to the song. That is on you, unfortunately. So she goes home, and I honestly feel like although Geneva was feeling that song, I think with all of the stunts that Mirage was doing, she probably would have stayed over Geneva because this was Geneva's second time in the bottom. But because you didn't know the words, Geneva lives to see another day. That's all my thoughts for this show. What do you guys think? I'm going to get some older Love After Lockup comments because I cut them off early to get into the show, to get into Drag Race, and then I will get into the Drag Race comments. The end of the age said Taylor moved that man in fresh out of jail, and didn't two of those babies lose their daddy? Yep. Ryan Round says, Nikki, can we talk about Michael not letting his old... Oh, we talked about that. Ridiculous. Ryan also said, Chevelle's daughter also said she didn't want Quaylon to adopt her. Yeah. She said that, she's vocalized that. So I don't know why Quaylon is doing all this. It's given storyline, but what a terrible storyline to base your scenes off of. Busola says, speaking of Sesame Street, did anyone see the news story about Elmo and the accidental Instagram therapy session? I was a part of that. I told him I wasn't doing good. Poor baby. I'm sorry, Elmo. I'll do better. How you ready to adopt and you on them hard drugs? Let's be real here. Insane. And who knows what Shane was doing? Who knows what Chance was doing? Remember when he said, oh, I got a hotel room for the night. My friend paid for it. That's that same woman that Taylor had a problem with. He don't learn. He do not learn. Hey, Coos Girlie, thank you for being here. I don't know. They're never, like, all of our scenes with Chance are on the porch. What is going on? Please do not put Chance on the LGBTQ community. They've gone through enough. Deborah said, no, he is a white man. They're going to give him that business loan for sure. Is he? Because all his kids come out ethnic and his baby mamas be white. So there's something. He's something. He is something. Problems never end said, Lifetime has prison wives where women overseas marry their pen pal American men, moving to another country to marry a felon. Fools. And I can't watch it. I need to watch that damn show. NTR said, I still have not forgotten about that one actor who told the story of how he went black man hunting. Oh, Liam Neeson. He still hasn't recovered from that. He's trying to come back, but the fan base is forever changed. Anything that he was in, I would watch it. And I saw that interview. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Nope. Done with him immediately. They do. I'm telling you, we got to put the black men in the prayer circle because they be staying in some stuff. It's to the point where I am very open, but I'm sorry. My black man, his last girlfriend cannot be a white woman. Absolutely not. You not coming to me with all that trauma. Go somewhere else. Y'all just allow so much racist stuff to happen to you in relationships with white women. Y'all never let the non-black woman of color get y'all like that. Black women and women of color gotta walk a fine line with y'all. But them white girls can do whatever they want. and then we got to come and build you back up. Keep that crazy over there. Remember I told you about that guy who was talking about how Black women built him up after his white wife's family made him eat Thanksgiving in the backyard because they didn't want a Black at their dinner table. The way Twitter dragged that man, I was like, why? What the hell is wrong with you that you even tell that story? First of all, from allowing them to tell you to go, for them to say, we don't want a Black person at our table, and you said, okay, I'll go eat in the backyard. Your first mind wasn't to leave and leave that woman? Something is wrong. The men, I am telling you, colonization, woo, our men's minds, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Child. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He said, no, you can't come with me. You got to be a mother to my son. But Justina and her kids are getting everything, aren't they? They're living in an estate in Vegas. Child. Sarah said a lot of these parents love the newborn stage, but once they get to talking and learning and forming them as people, all of a sudden it's a new baby in the house to love because they really don't care. Child. Oh yeah, okay, Dominican. Josie said, not all Dominicans are Afro-Latino. Michael seems to have more mestizos, Indio blood in him. That could be true, right? But it's something. If it's not in him, it's in the mama. I see something, and I see something in them kids. That could come from the baby mamas, though. That could come from the baby mamas. But it's something somewhere. It's something. There's a Afro Abuelita somewhere in that bloodline. Smithy said, Nikki, do you watch the after show? Trixie hosts and she's hilarious. No, is it on? Does it come on TV? Or is it online? Too shy, but she's a phenomenal performer. A phenomenal performer. Ryan says a mandatory meeting is about to go in on Plain Jane this week, as she should. As she should. Jane is on her because she feels like she can sun her, but a mandatory meeting is not allowing that to happen at all. Ain't that whole bloodline hateful? She did. And because she was so good, Dawn looked even worse. Even worse. Nymphia is coming for that crown. She coming for it. Coming for it. Tartar said, Nikki, I missed you, girlie. We'll be back for the recap, but I'm loving the videos we are getting. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Beautiful. It was my favorite look. Oh, my favorite look at all. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Yes, I agree with that. She just looked good though. She looked good. She passed her body nice. She is. But Drag Race is about personality too. So that's the thing. Poor thing. She's a phenomenal performer. If she doesn't win this show, she won't. I apologize, but I don't think she's going to win Drag Race season 16. She's absolutely going to be on that tour. And I will see her in Vegas. I will see the Queen of Flips in Vegas. Huge no-no. Huge no-no. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you don't know the words on Drag Race season 16? You know who knew the words? Geneva. And she was like every word. Geneva performs. She performs those songs, baby. It's not a game for her. Everybody gets the songs. Everybody has the same amount of time. That's why Mirage broke down, because she knew she shot herself in the foot. Spency said, OMG, this sounds like Young Jeezy Black. I could not believe he said that. I could not believe he said that. Something is wrong with them. You cannot, your last 3, 4, 5 relationships need to be a Black woman. I'm not doing no work in the relationship. I'm there to be pretty and pampered. I'm not doing all of that. Let me heal you, Black man. Get the hell out of here. Go to therapy. Get up under your mama, not up under me. I want to have fun. I want to be happy. At least the last 5 need to have been sisters. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing no work. As a woman, I'm already giving up enough being with you. I'm not doing no work. You need to come ready, prepared for a relationship with a goddess. Know your place. Yeah, no. Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay, I'll watch it. Oh, the pit stop. Yeah, the pit stop. Okay, I didn't know it was on YouTube. Ren said, child, Liam Neeson is in the Christian spirit now, giving testimony. Whatever he can do. Whatever he can do. I see him all over ads for The Chosen, which is a great series, by the way. I'm telling you, I told y'all about my mind. Once I get some knowledge, I can't turn it off. I used to love Liam Neeson. Anything he was in, I was watching. Now I see him in a movie and I'm like, I can't do it. You were looking for a Black person to slaughter? What the hell is... What? That was such a sick thing to say. And it just goes to show how so many people do not see Black people as human beings. Still. Like, or a life that is valuable. Because your friend was raped by a Black guy, you're looking for a random Black guy to kill. To satisfy what? Sick. The bloodlust that people have for the murder of Black people, sick. Very, very sick. That got dark. Me too. Me too. Sarah said, reminds me the young Asian lady who made a video about racism in the healthcare industry, and her ex-boyfriend was saying, remember how you threatened... Where is that? Where is that? Coos Girly said, I think you don't need to learn the words to all the songs on Drag Race. Is a special kind of Delulu. Like, yes. Mirage, what were you doing? I think Mirage thought that she would never be in a bottom. So she never prepared. I don't think she learned any songs, to be quite honest with you. I thought she never thought that she would be in the bottom, so she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to worry about it. Let me tell you something. Even if I didn't learn the words, at least when I got there, I would start learning them songs. Craziness. It just fell off the tongue. Fell off the tongue. Black people do not live in the same world as everybody else. That's a totally different world. It's a totally different world. See, guys, that's why I'm always like, especially my Black women subscribers, that's why I'm always so protective of you guys, right? Because as women, we already second-class citizens, right? And then as Black women, you're entering into relationships with non-Black men. Ladies, you have to be careful. You have got to be careful. So many people in this world do not see us as human or a valuable life. That man may love you today and hate you tomorrow. You have to realize when you go into this relationship with non-Black people, you do not have the power in that relationship. You already don't have the power in a relationship with a man in general. But when you are in a relationship with a non-Black man, everything is taken from you, especially if he's white. Girl, be careful. That's all I'm saying. Love him, have a good time, but stay focused. Stay woke. Oh, thank you. Lisa P, thank you so much. Oh, wait, that's CBS. Thank you so much for the Cash App. She said, thanks for the live. Thank you so much. Lisa, you're such a sweetie. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. I want you to be loved. I always say black women in general, go where you're loved. Go where you're loved. Just be careful. Just be careful. There's a lot of unwell people out here. And the way they see your dark skin, unfortunately, it's not safe. Be careful. Stay focused. Stay woke. Watch him. Don't brush off anything he says. Take notes. Take notes. That wasn't a joke, was it? Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I want you to be loved. I want you to be happy. I just want you to be careful. That's all. That's all. Hate. Hate. Nobody thinks like that. No sane person would think like that. That was so scary. I'm telling you, and that was my boy. I watched every Taken movie in the theater. That's how dedicated I was to him. I didn't know he didn't see me as a valuable life. Oh my God. Could you imagine if I ran into Liam Neeson? And I was like, Liam, oh my God, I'm so happy to finally meet you. I'm a big fan. And he just pop. I was a fan. All I did was be black. Ciao. Sarah said it was some TikTok tea. He was saying she used to dog me out. Now she's promoted. Yikes. Black rage and black affection, really profitable for non-black people. Really, really profitable. There would be no Fox News if black rage wasn't profitable. You got to pay attention to everything. Be careful. Be loved. Be pampered. Be adored. Be careful. That's what any man in general. We keeping it buck. You got to keep your head on swivel when you're dealing with them demons. It's Latasha said, you know what? I'm not even mad at you mispronouncing that. What is it? Liam. It's Liam. Liam Neeson. We are going to end here with Sarah because it's almost been 3 hours. My God, today. Guys, I'm telling you, when I came on here, I was like, I'm going to be on here for like an hour and 30 minutes. But I just be having such a good time with you all. I'm going to find different ways for us to connect that's not a TV show review. I'm going to find different ways because I feel like we need that. I feel like we need that. So I'm going to find like different subjects for us to talk about that's not a TV review so we can just like connect. So look out for stuff like that. Anyway, let me get out of here. This live is long enough. I love you all. I had a great time. I'll see you tomorrow for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and The Real Housewives of Miami. That will be at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm about to put the reminder up when I get off of here. I will see you then. Love you all. Bye. Oh, music is fun. We can talk about that. Listen, I'm gonna research Sling and Philo or whatever. And if I feel like either one of them is good for me, I'm gonna switch over to that because I can't get Lifetime on YouTube TV. So I want to figure out that. And if I can figure out that by this weekend, I'll start watching the show. So, because I really want to watch that show. I really, really, really want to watch that show. You're so welcome. Love you guys. Bye. I did not eat dinner.